Is CyberGhost actually worth it in 2025? Time to find out. CyberGhost says it's faster, more secure, and perfect for streaming in 2025. But is it actually worth your money, or just another overhyped VPN? I ran some real-world tests, and the results, well, some great upgrades, and a few problems they still haven't fixed. Here's the real deal. No BS. CyberGhost VPN has been around for almost 15 years, which in VPN years makes it practically ancient, but somehow it's still one of the biggest names in the game, with over 38 million users and servers in more than 100 countries. So what's kept it relevant? Well, it's always been known for privacy and accessibility, but the VPN world doesn't stand still. Privacy laws change, streaming platforms crack down, and speed expectations just keep climbing. If a VPN doesn't adapt, it falls behind. And CyberGhost, it knew it had to evolve. So in 2025, it's rolling out major upgrades, faster servers, better privacy, and more control for users. Sounds great, right? But did they actually fix what needed fixing? I stress tested it, and some of the results, well, they just surprised me. I'm Trevor, and you're watching WizCase, where we break down security and privacy without the technical mumbo-jumbo. Let's get into it. CyberGhost has built its entire reputation on privacy. No logs, no tracking, no data stored, at least that's what they claim. But in a world where every VPN says the same thing, how do you know it's legit? Well, CyberGhost did something that most VPNs don't bother with. They opened the doors for an independent audit. And they did it twice. A Big Four firm went through its systems and confirmed that, yes, CyberGhost doesn't log what you do online. And since it runs on RAM-only servers, even if someone tried to force them to hand over data, there'd be nothing to give. Everything gets wiped the moment the servers reboot or stop receiving power. Then there's its location. Unlike the US, UK, or most of Europe, Romania doesn't have any mandatory data retention laws. That means CyberGhost isn't legally required to store user data or hand anything over to authorities. On the security side, it's got the essentials: AES 256 and SHA-2 encryption to lock down your traffic, and a kill switch to make sure your real IP never leaks if the VPN disconnects. That kill switch, though, used to be unreliable on Mac, but CyberGhost finally fixed it. So no more random connection drops exposing your real location. But is CyberGhost too simple for advanced users? Well, if you're looking for a double VPN, onion over VPN, or hardcore encryption layers like NordVPN or ProtonVPN offer, you won't find them here. Let's be real. Do you actually need all that? Unless you're a journalist working in a high-risk country or trying to disappear from government agencies, CyberGhost security and features are more than enough for 99% of the users. No logs, RAM-only servers, strong encryption, it covers all the essentials. If you're not running from the NSA, I hope you're not, this will be just fine. A VPN can have all the security in the world though, but if it slows your internet to a crawl, you're not gonna use it. CyberGhost knows this, and in 2025, they finally did something about it. 10G servers. Now, let's be clear, faster servers don't automatically mean faster speeds, but they do reduce congestion, which is a big deal when you're sharing a server with like thousands of other users. In real-world testing, CyberGhost delivered strong speeds in the US, UK, and Europe. Connecting to a nearby server, you'll barely notice a slowdown. But here's where things get shaky: long-distance connections. The further you are from a server, the bigger the speed drop. Connecting to Japan or Australia, expect higher ping, longer load times, and slower downloads. CyberGhost is better than it was a year ago, but it still lags behind the best of the best when it comes to in terms of global consistency. One way to get the best speeds: use WIreGuard. CyberGhost lets you switch between WireGuard, OpenVPN, and IKEv2, but WireGuard is by far the fastest. The catch, though, not all of CyberGhost's 10,000 servers support it yet. If you want max performance, make sure you're using a WireGuard-enabled server. So, is CyberGhost fast? Yes, if you're sticking to servers near you. But for global performance, it's not the fastest in the game. If you need rock-solid speeds, no matter where you connect, ExpressVPN's lightweight protocol is still far ahead in the game. That said, if you're using CyberGhost for streaming, gaming, or everyday browsing, the new 10G upgrade does make a difference. It's not the fastest VPN out there, but it's faster than it used to be. And for most users, that's what matters. CyberGhost has always been about simplicity, but does simple mean lacking? Or did they actually add something useful in 2025? First up, split tunneling, and finally, it's not useless anymore. In the past, CyberGhost only lets you route specific websites outside the VPN, which was weird. Now, they've revamped it for Android, so you can choose which apps go through the VPN and which don't. Streaming on Netflix while keeping your bank app on a local connection, now you can. It's still missing on Windows and macOS though, so if you're not an Android user, you're out of luck. Then there's the ad blocker. It's built in, but let's be honest, it's not great. It'll block some ads, but don't expect miracles. If you want a VPN that actually stops trackers, malware, and even malicious downloads, NordVPN's web protection is miles ahead. CyberGhost does have a few automation perks under smart rules. You can set it to auto-connect on public Wi-Fi, launch the VPN with specific apps, or even cut off your internet completely if you're not connected. Nothing groundbreaking, but if you like hands-free security, it's useful. Now let's talk servers. CyberGhost has more than 10,000 servers across 100 plus countries. That's huge. More locations means less overcrowding, better streaming options, and lower ping for gaming. And if you need something specialized, CyberGhost still offers dedicated servers for streaming, gaming, and torrenting. But here's something that might annoy you. CyberGhost lets you install the app on unlimited devices, but you can only connect to the VPN on 7 devices at the same time. If you try to connect on 8th device, CyberGhost won't let you. It'll force you to disconnect one first before adding another one. If you hit that limit, you can't just add another device. You have to manually remove one from your account first. And here's the weird bit. If you reinstall CyberGhost or if you update your operating system, CyberGhost might count that as a new device, eating up another slot. To free up a slot, log into your CyberGhost account, go to the VPN section and remove a device, but be warned, if that device is connected, it'll disconnect immediately. So yeah, it's weird. It's not a huge deal for most users, but if you constantly switch between multiple devices like your phone, laptop, smart TV, tablet, you might find yourself managing connections more often than you'd like. So what's the verdict on features? CyberGhost keeps things simple. The new split tunneling update is nice, but it's still missing on desktop. The ad blocker, well, not so great, but the smart rules and massive server network give it some extra flexibility. If you want tons of extra features, CyberGhost might feel basic. But hey, if you just need a plug-and-play VPN that gets the job done, it works. On the other hand, if you're using a VPN for streaming or torrenting, you don't just need security, right? You need reliability. CyberGhost has always marketed itself as one of the best VPNs for streaming, so does it still deliver in 2025? Short answer, yes, but with a catch. CyberGhost has dedicated streaming servers optimized for Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, and more. And these aren't just some random servers, they're designed to bypass VPN blocks. So, instead of playing the server roulette game, you can just pick one that works. In testing, it easily unblocked Netflix US, UK, Canada, Japan, and more. It also worked with BBC iPlayer, Amazon Prime Video, and Disney+. Speeds were solid on nearby servers, meaning no buffering issues, but here's the catch. If a server gets blocked, you have to switch manually. CyberGhost won't automatically reconnect you to a working one, like ExpressVPN does, for example. Now let's talk torrenting. CyberGhost still offers peer-to-peer optimized servers and they work fine. Not blazing fast, but reliable. It doesn't block torrent traffic like some VPNs do, and speeds were decent on nearby servers. If you're downloading huge files, though, NordVPN or ExpressVPN still perform better. So what's the verdict? CyberGhost is great for streaming, but it sure isn't flawless. It unblocks a ton of platforms, but you might have to switch servers if one stops working manually. For torrenting, it's solid, but not the fastest one out there. So, if you want a plug-and-play VPN that unlocks tons of content, CyberGhost does the job. But if you need something ultra-reliable, ExpressVPN still leads the pack. CyberGhost has always been one of the cheapest premium VPNs, and in 2025, that hasn't changed. you're looking for a budget-friendly option, this is one of the best deals out there. Right now, CyberGhost offers 3 main plans: monthly, 6 months, and a heavily discounted long-term plan. If you want the best price, the 2-year plan is the way to go. It's one of the lowest priced VPNs on the market that still delivers premium features, honestly. Plus, you get a 45 days money-back guarantee on long-term plans, longer than what most VPNs offer. And if you're on Android or iOS, you get a 3-day free trial, which is a nice bonus if you just want to test it out before committing. But here's something to keep in mind. CyberGhost's cheaper price comes with trade-offs. It's not the fastest VPN out there, and it doesn't have advanced security extras like NordVPN or ExpressVPN. If you just need a simple, affordable VPN for privacy and streaming, it's a solid deal. But if you need cutting-edge security or top-tier global speeds, there are better options. So, is CyberGhost worth in 2025? Yes, if you want an affordable, easy-to-use VPN, or you need a VPN that unblocks streaming services, or lastly, if you want a large server network for flexible connection. No, if you need consistent global speeds, ExpressVPN is still faster. And no, if you want advanced security features like double VPN. Also, if you don't want to deal with manually switching servers for streaming, still a no. At the end of the day, CyberGhost isn't perfect, but it's better than it used to be. The new 10G servers, improved split tunneling, and expanded network make it a great budget VPN for most users. If you want to try it out risk-free, there's a link in the description below, so that's going to be the best deal available. And yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more. And let me know in the comments, what's the #1 feature you look for in a VPN? Have a nice day.